This Things to Do special is sponsored by Visit Sonora. Experience the unforgettable.
Hello, New Year, and hello, fun. January is packed with cool events, and there's several new businesses opening up across the valley. Hey, I'm Nicole Gutierrez, bringing you an inside look at the best attractions to check out with the family this January. Kick off January with some action and some superheroes. The Tempe Public Library will host the 10th annual celebration of Tempe FanCon this month. I got the scoop on their free event celebrating pop culture. This is Tempe FanCon, a returning event that's so special for the kiddos and the whole family. But for those who have not gone, what can they expect about this big event?
Well, this is the 10th anniversary of the event, so we're very excited about that. It's a free event that has, we have over 83 vendors this year and food trucks. It takes place in the library plaza, mostly outside, and we will have costume contests like we do every year for kids, teens, adults, and groups, and there are prizes to go along with that. We are going to be having a scavenger hunt this year. People will be going around and finding the different clues.
So a lot of things to do right there at the Tempe FanCon. But let me ask you this, Jill. I mean, you are a strong component of the library. For the library itself, what is the importance to create this event year after year?
I guess the thing that started this off and why a library should do it and why we should have a FanCon was encouraging people to read, encouraging kids to read graphic novels, read comic books. You know, that's a way that a lot of kids start reading is by reading graphic novels that have the photos, the pictures, or not the photos, but the pictures, the images, the drawings, the artwork, along with the wording, can sometimes help reluctant readers be more comfortable reading when they can see what's happening as well. And it's basically all about literacy. It's all about literacy, getting people excited to read and just reading whatever it is that they are interested in reading.
Paw Patrol Live Heroes Unite Tour will unleash the fun at the Arizona Financial Theater. Here's a sneak peek of the show.
Paw Patrol Live Heroes Unite follows Ryder and the Paw Patrol as they face their greatest challenge yet. Robodog is making his stage debut, but when Mayor Humdinger clones him, chaos ensues across the world. So it's up to the Paw Patrol and Ryder to rescue Robodog, stop Mayor Humdinger, and learn what it means to be a top hero.
Now, this isn't the first time that Paw Patrol comes to the Valley. From your experience and what you guys have in store for us, how does this performance differentiate from the past ones that we've seen right here in Phoenix?
In this specific performance, the Paw Patrol will be celebrating Top Heroes Day. So it's a lot about getting the kids to celebrate, the top heroes in their community and celebrating how much we can change the world just by being who we are.
So many of us have seen, the cartoon show and even the books and all the animations regarding Paw Patrol, but having it live, what type of experience can we prepare our little kids for this event?
Paw Patrol Live Heroes Unite is a great introduction to live theater for young audiences. It's packed with exciting music and clever dialogue that the whole audience can enjoy. It's a great opportunity for family and loved ones to spend quality time with their little ones as they experience that magic of live theater for the first time.
Explore the rich culture of Hawaii at the Musical Instrument Museum. From special performances to workshops and interactive activities, here's a full breakdown of the two-day event.
So this is a great event that'll be happening on January 18th and 19th. It's Saturday and Sunday. We will be having everything from curator talks as well as lectures from musical instruments experts within the realm of Hawaiian musical instruments. We're also going to have some amazing workshops that'll be teaching the traditional and modern styles of hula, as well as an award-winning performance from slack key guitarists flying all the way from Hawaii.
For the family, for the little kiddos, what can they go do and expect when they head out those 2 days?
So aside from just watching amazing performances, kiddos and families alike will also have the opportunity to take part in a really cool ukulele workshop where they will get the foundations of how to learn the ukulele, as well as some crafts. We're also going to be having some instrument spotlights and bringing out traditional Hawaiian instruments so that everyone will have the opportunity to see them up close and personal and actually try them out.
Now, are these activities, are they throughout the museum? Are they in a special area? What should we know once we're there?
All of the activities are throughout the museum. So there's going to be different locations ranging from being outside in the main courtyard to also being inside around the exhibit, as well as just all throughout the entire museum.
It's important to mention that the Musical Instrument Museum right here in our valley celebrates so many countries and cultures all in one building. With this event, how can families feel like they're experiencing and celebrating the music of Hawaii throughout the museum?
What's so great about the Musical Instrument Museum is that we really go in depth about cultures and traditions in relation to music. So what sets us apart from a lot of other places is that people are going to have the opportunity to actually learn about so many musical instruments and how they affect the cultures. So many musical instruments are ingrained in so many traditions all throughout the world. So not only will guests have the opportunity to learn about Hawaii more in depth, but they'll also have the opportunity to go through Asia, go through the United States, go through Africa, the Middle East, as well as Latin America. So there's a whole range of amazing things for everyone to do when they come here.
Get ready to run through the wild and be surrounded by millions of lights. The Phoenix Zoo is hosting its Move and Groove 5K run. I sat down with a zoo representative for a glimpse of the much anticipated tradition.
So Move and Groove is a very special 5K because it's probably one of the only 5Ks that in the valley where you can run amongst wild animals, right? Everywhere you run, you're going to see something awesome there waiting for you. And of course, this is all happening under the glow of zoo lights. We keep our zoo lights up for this event. So if you miss zoo lights during its run of the season, or if you just loved them so much that you wanted to see them again, you are running under all of that beautiful work that our team has done. Also, in this year's event, you get to run through Papago Park as well, which is also really neat because the natural landscape out there is just beautiful.
There are the dazzling lights, there's going to be the lake light show, but there's also some critters or friends we get to meet as well.
Yeah, when you're there waiting to sign up and queue up, you get to meet some pretty awesome animals. I actually brought one of them with me today. Her name is Yorgi, and she is potentially one of the animals you'll get a chance to meet. Just give me 1 second here. Come here, Miss Lady. Oh, there she is. Oh, she's a big girl. So this is Yorgi. She is a skink, an Australian gal. So if you saw one of these lizards around the valley, just know they're not from here. So you should probably call somebody about that. But yeah, you get to come up close to some of these animals while you wait, and even after the fact. Once the race is done, you still get to meet them. And the awesome thing about this race is that not only is it good for you because it's healthy to run, but it's for a good cause because the Phoenix Zoo is a nonprofit. So it is really important for us to have these events so not only we can share our animals and the work we do for them, but you can help us care for them as well.
Who can participate during this 5K?
Pretty much anybody can participate. You don't have to be sprinting out there. If you have kiddos, you can even run with a stroller. It is a lot of fun for the whole family. You always see people out there dressed up. Some folks are definitely out there to compete because there are prizes for the top 3, but there's no need for it to be hyper competitive.
Science, nature, geometry, all rolled into one for a new exhibit at the Desert Botanical Garden. And I'm taking you on a tour of Light Bloom for an up-close look at the illuminated sculptures. They're massive, they're beautiful, and they're illuminating the garden like never before. Tell us about them.
So this exhibition is called Light Bloom, the Art of Hibikozo. And it's really special. This is the first time the exhibition has ever been seen because it was created just for the garden.
How do they expand throughout the garden? How are they with nature, if we would say?
Well, there are 14 sites throughout the garden, and there's 33 sculptures in total. And some of them are even inspired by the forms of cactus. So here, Sonoran desert plants tend to be really sculptural in nature. You think of saguaros and cardones and organ pipes. There's a lot for the artwork to respond to. And so when the artists were making some of the new pieces for this exhibition, they were absolutely inspired by the Sonoran desert plant palette.
With that inspiration, not only can we see them, but can we talk about the geometric parts on, the floor, or even the reflections as well?
Yeah, what's amazing about these is, first of all, the artists blend science, nature, math, and obviously geometry together. And they play with light and shadow. And no sculpture has the same pattern. If you go around and look at all 33 of these sculptures, there are no repeats because all of the patterns have significance. You see what the artwork behind me is made of all these hexagons, and it's a really particular pattern because they're three-dimensional, but they can keep repeating infinitely. This is something that children and families can appreciate, older generations can appreciate. It's a perfect spot for a date night. It can be very romantic here in the evening. And it's, everyone's together at the holidays. This is the time to come and visit.
In Phoenix, Nicole Gutierrez, ABC 15, Arizona. Sal, you are coming back to the Valley. This is not your first time coming to Phoenix, but you have a new tour, you have a new show. What can we expect when you come back?
Yes. So if you saw my special, which is called Terrified, it's on YouTube and HBO Max. This is a whole new hour from that. This is called the Everything's Fine tour. And this one is a little different in that I get a little bit more personal about my life, my family. And I didn't do that in the last one. It was more about just like growing up and kind of like why I am the way I am. And this one is like, I'm kind of private. So this one is definitely more intimate and more about my personal life.
So let me ask you this. We've seen you on camera now for more than a decade. How much personal can we get to know Sal during this show?
On Jokers, I really don't get into any of that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But this one, like talking about, my kid, my wife, and things like that, and just kind of like, what my experience is as a husband and a dad, among other things, is it's definitely different. It's definitely going to be intimate.
Let me ask you this, we talk a little bit about the show that everyone knows, Impractical Jokers, and they see you doing, these things with your friends and going out to different parts of the cities. But for this, you're more opening up about yourself. Why now? Out of all of the years you could have done it.
Yeah, stand-up, I've been doing stand-up for a very long time. A lot of people know it, a lot of people don't. And that's why I was so happy to get the special out, recently, because now people can I can point to something to educate the people that didn't know I'm a stand-up comic. I've been doing it, like hitting the road and touring professionally for over 10 years. So it's two different creative outlets for me, completely two different, it's apples and oranges. The show is one thing, it's me and the guys, and it's in that kind of context and formula. This is pure 100% stand-up comedy. I don't talk about Jokers. This is about me and my life, and it's just a completely different entity. So it's just, if you're a stand-up comedy fan, or if you're a fan of me from Jokers, this is just gonna fill a different box for you. You know what I mean? This is not me putting myself in some crazy situation or being punished by my friends. This is good old-fashioned, straight-up stand-up comedy. So it's just centered on me and my life and my own sensibilities. So it's just 100% me.
100% you, and you will be on stage at Celebrity Theater come January right here in Phoenix. What's next? Is there any other projects we need to know about, Sal?
Yeah, I'm starting a new podcast. I have two podcasts, Taste Buds and Hey Babe, but I'm starting a new podcast that should be, I'm filming it in Jan and Feb. So it's called Manouche, which is short for Minutia. It's a one-on-one interview podcast where I interview like really big stars, but we do really small talk. So that's coming out. And then, this tour is going to culminate in me filming my second special. So a lot of stuff happening, and we start filming season 12 of Impractical Jokers in March. So just a lot of stuff happening this year, keeping busy, but I'm psyched to come back to Phoenix. The Celebrity Theater in the Round is one of my favorite places to play. It was really unique, and last time we sold it out, and Phoenix is such a hot crowd, so it's going to be good to get back there.
If you're looking for something to do, why not support a Valley legend? Former NCAA national champion wrestler Anthony Robles is the inspiration behind the new film Unstoppable. ABC 15 anchor Javier Soto sat down with Robles and his mom to talk about the new movie, getting ready to hit Prime Video this January.
Perseverance.
You have to figure out a way to beat them.
Determination.
It's taught me just that mental toughness.
And humility.
Just being able to bounce back from setbacks, being able to bounce back from losses.
All things wrestling taught NCAA national champion Anthony Robles.
When you step out there against an opponent, they might be bigger than you. They might be stronger, faster, more experienced. But whether you like it or not, you still have to face them.
To add to the challenge, the former ASU wrestler was born without a leg, making his story a truly inspiring one that is now the focus of a movie titled Unstoppable.
When they see you, they don't see someone who's missing a leg. They see someone who is unstoppable.
What do you want people to take away most importantly from this movie?
I want them to take away just that overall theme of being unstoppable. You know, that word, it doesn't mean you don't have to wrestle a challenge. It doesn't mean you don't reach your breaking point during moments of your life. It just means that you just find whatever ounce of energy left to fight for one more spot, one more position.
His quest to be the best started his freshman year at Mesa High School after finishing the season 5-8, ranked last in the city.
I remember just finishing that season. It was a crossroads moment for me because there were the thoughts in my head to where it's like, you know, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I should find something easier. But, you know, through it all, you know, I just remember thinking to myself when my mom told me, you know, don't let your challenge become your excuse.
You are 6 months behind.
That also came at a time when he and his family were facing bigger adversities, which the movie digs deeper into.
I know the movie delves into some dark areas of your lives, including domestic abuse. How important was it for you to showcase that on the screen, and how hard was it to revisit some of those areas?
Well, for me, it was really painful because it was very real. But I think it was necessary. I think it was necessary to tell the story accurately so that people could see the challenges that we had to fight through as a family.
I feel like, you know, it was important to open up about the painful moments, and that was difficult, and that was a discussion, many discussions that we had as a family as we were going through the process and, you know, learning how the script was coming together. But we realized, you know, we had to be real, we had to be vulnerable.
Portraying their real struggles and showing their true strength as a family.
Anthony is inspiring. I mean, I wouldn't be where I am today or who I am today if Anthony wasn't who he is, because he helped carry me through a lot of my struggles. He was the foundation of strength that I had in my life.
Anthony continues inspiring by emphasizing the importance of overcoming challenges, hoping to encourage the nation and a new generation of the Robles family through this movie.
You're a father now.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want your child to take away from this movie when they're able to understand it and watch?
Yeah, my kid always gets me. I want him to take away that he can be unstoppable. You know, life is a wrestling match. That's what I'm going to teach him. And, you know, my mom, she's always been my coach in my corner. I'm going to do that for him, too.
Javier Soto, ABC 15, Arizona.
Following the rise in popularity of women's sports here in Arizona and across the nation, the Valley's first female-focused sports bar is set to open in the Melrose neighborhood in Phoenix. ABC 15's Jane Caffrey talks to one of the bar's owners.
These sisters have watched Caitlin Clark dominate the court.
It was actually very cool.
And seen Simone Biles conquer her routine.
She's stronger than boys, too. I bet she could beat them in an arm wrestle.
Young athletes with their own dreams of going pro.
I think it's kind of cool and I want to be one of them one day.
Soon, they'll have a new spot to take in the competition.
We're really excited about what they're doing next.
When the first women's sports bar opens its doors in Phoenix.
This is about women, and it's time, and it's overdue, and we should be celebrated and for all the achievements and the hard work.
Audrey Corley is behind the new concept, teaming up with Kat Moore, the owner of Short Leash Hot Dogs and Tap Room in Melrose, the property where Title IX will be located. Corley has a history in sports herself, playing basketball for Phoenix College before coaching there.
Just being part of that team and the women that I was surrounded by and the women that helped me change my life, it's amazing.
And she brings a business background, running Dahlia, Tapas Tequila and Wine, and the bar Boycott. But when Title IX opens, it will be one of only a handful of women's sports bars across the country.
I think we all want that camaraderie, right? Like, it doesn't matter how old you get, you still, if you're an athlete for life.
Corley says women's sports popularity is soaring, and media company Nielsen has the data to prove it. Between 2022 to 2023, the WNBA draft audience grew 42%, and the women's NCAA finals viewership grew 103%.
It's kind of like a women's right.
Little fans Oscar and Lucy say it's bittersweet to say goodbye to Short Leash.
I feel sad that it's closing, but I'm happy that they're opening a new restaurant.
Like many other regulars,
I got really into watching women's rugby.
They're ready to embrace the next tidal wave of sports fandom.
One of my favorite parts is seeing all the happy faces of the crowd, cheering them on.
When Title IX opens its doors. In Phoenix, Jane Caffrey, ABC 15, Arizona.
If you're looking to get out of the country for some fun this month, here's what the Mexican state of Sonora has to offer.
The gastronomy, the tourism of adventure, of sports, but the most important thing of Sonora's people is the Sonora's people that are anxious to receive the tourism that visit us in the state. Sonora is a really good place to visit. It's really unique. It's a really good, safe place, a really good and safe place. If you want to go to a beach, you can go to Rocky Point, you can go to San Carlos, you can go to Quino Bay. If you can go to Hermosillo, to the capital city of Sonora, you will find an incredible place with a lot of things to do. If you want to go to magical towns and know about history, you can go to Alamos, to Magdalena, to Ures, and to San Carlos. Sonora, it's safe, and it's inviting all the tourism, all the people from Arizona to visit us. If you want to have a good experience about the gastronomy that we have, to eat a flavored tortilla, to eat a burrito, to eat a taco of carne asada. So we are a really good place to visit, and we are looking up to receive all of the visitors from Arizona. The governor of Sonora, Alfonso Durazo, has been working with the governor of Arizona, Katie Hobbs, and into the economic activity of tourism. And I'm really glad to be partnered with Lisa Urias, who is the Director of Tourism Department in Arizona, because we have a lot in common. Between Sonora and Arizona, we share culture, gastronomy, we share commercialized economy. We have the beach, but you have a lot of things in Arizona too. So we are looking forward to work in the tourism persons that come to Arizona and to Sonora as a region, so we can promote together.
January is filled with fun events and new concepts to check out with the family. Head to abc15.com/things to do to find the nearest attraction to you. I'm Nicole Gutierrez with your monthly Things to Do breakdown.